Hello, Aquarius, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach who helps sensitive, self-reflective souls choose maximum growth and high vibration, positive energy integration. I have a message for you today about your spiritual path. Let's go ahead and get started. This is an inside-outside reading, so we're going to look at your inside world and how it reacts to the outside. Okay. Cards are telling me left to right. 7 of Wands, 4 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and 8 of Swords. Okay, Aquarius, I am getting the feeling like you need space. You just really need space to think things over. There's a rich inner life. It's so interesting, the imagery on these cards. We've got all 4 suits represented. Swords, cups, fire, which is the wands, and earth. But the inner world is so much richer than the outer world. You see that visually, right? And we've got all these weapons on the outside. So we really need to take some inner space. You need to take some time to cultivate and connect with that inner world, even before we get into the meanings of these cards, because this opposition you're getting on the outside and all of these little like annoyances and barbs, and I want to say irritations, all these things just aren't, they're not helping you right now. The energy is pushing away, it's pushing out of the inside. And so you're kind of holding all this stuff at bay instead of spending the time inside, which is the direction you need to go right now. There's nothing sustaining in the outside world for you at this moment. This is really a reading of hermitage this time. I feel like these cards are pulling you to just go within, take some me time, some cave time. I call it cave time. When I'm feeling really overwhelmed, visualizing being in a cave for some reason just really soothes me. I love that feeling of being underground and being completely covered. And this is a secret I'll share with you. Sometimes I will imagine some water running through it, so it's not like you're suffocating, but so that there's a little bit of movement, and I just find that sound really soothing. So, you know, this idea of kind of checking out from the outside world for a little bit. These cards are not asking for action. This 8 of Swords here, not asking for action. The 7 of Wands it's a battle that is being fought, but it just isn't needing urgent attention right now. These are not immediate, you have to do something cards. Okay, let's talk about the outside just to give you a little bit of clarity about what's going on. In the outside world, there's a lot of hang-ups going on, this 8 of Swords energy. There's a lot of things that are just not able to be answered at this time. Either the other parties need more time to think, they need more time to marinate, it's just simply not the right time energetically, or it's not the right alignment of things. But I think you also have people doing their habitual thought patterns, getting stuck and lost in the things that they usually don't get stuck and lost in, but maybe bad habits. So people that tend to worry, people that get lost in anxiety, people that overplan, or perhaps there's just kind of like demons rearing up and taking control of what the thoughts are. It kind of feels like walking in a labyrinth. That's what people are doing right now. They keep bumping into dead ends, looking for the right path. So, you know, you hit a wall, you come back, you try something else, you hit another wall. So you see it, and there's not a clear path to the truth right now. And you need to just let these people keep walking around in the labyrinth and not worrying about it. Now, our 7 of Swords, our 7 of Wands here. This is a couple things. You've got people that are not willing to look at things the same way that you do. They're not willing or ready to look at things from the same perspective. And instead of it being a space where you can share that perspective, you feel like you're pushing against them, and almost as if you're having to defend yourself. Whereas in a normal time or in a different time, you would just share your perspective and the other party would say, oh yeah, that makes sense. There's no need to be defending your position right now. Let me put this in a different way. The position is strong enough as it is. It doesn't require defensive mechanisms. It doesn't require defensive communication. So again, you need to just sit back, let these things be. And let's look at this inner world. We've got the Four of Cups and we've got the King of Pentacles. So inside, this is a very, this is just a very peaceful, harmonized kind of world. I love how they're both wearing this red and then we've got the green going on. So this is a very nurturing spot for you to be in. In this place, you feel an emotional calm. You also don't worry about what's going on with other people. You're kind of not even paying attention to these three cups here. You're not paying attention to what's going on, but you are listening deeply to yourself. I always feel listening with the Pentacles cards, with my court cards in this deck, but you're just very deeply listening to yourself. And you're very deeply listening to what's going on around you. You're aware of it, but the stronger pull is listening to yourself. So what this means is if you know something to be true, you need to just hold that in your heart and wait. This Pentacles and water energy, it's very stable. It's not moving. It's not being pushed. It's not rushing. It's just being still. And the other thing that's coming in right now is to tone down the aggravation that you were experiencing on the outside, is really take this time to take stock and enumerate your blessings. Really get in touch with the things that you're very thankful for and allow that feeling to kind of come and surround you and envelop you and go within you. Allow you to feel that feeling of being so grateful and so thankful for the blessings that you do have. That is the bigger, richer inner world that you could be cultivating right now. That's the important stuff. I said before, we have all elements showing, but water on the earth is what provides growth. That's what provides nurturing. And right now your message is nurture this inner space, nurture it with gratitude, nurture it with blessings. And this outside stuff just really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter right now, Aquarius. You've got to go inside and cultivate that richness within, because that's really what matters. Okay? It will give you the clarity. It will give you the grounding. It will give you, let me ask what it will give you. It's really going to give you a deeper sense of what's important. What are the things you can let go of without compromising your integrity? What are the things you need to stay firm on because they're important to you? There's the feeling that some of the stuff that you're insistent on is not necessary. Some of the stuff that you're capitulating or compromising on actually is necessary. So that's part of the reason why we're feeling a little bit wah by the outside, because you've kind of lost track of what's important. You know, when you held on so tightly to one thing, it didn't work. And then, so you're like, okay, well, I'll just let that thing go. But it was switched. You probably should have let that one thing go and held on to the other thing. So coming inside and getting connected in there and making that the most important, stable priority in your life gives you the clarity of what's important and what's not. All right, Aquarius. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. I am now offering one-on-one intuitive readings as well as coaching sessions. So if that's something you're seeking, please check out trueguidancetarot.com. I mean, soulguidancewithadriana.com. There's a link in the description below. I'm apparently not still used to my name. or that was a little bit of Mercury retrograde happening. So I will look forward to seeing you next week, Aquarius.